Welcome, 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 welcome to Friday Night Live. I am your host, Kat Carter, and we are on YouTube today. Oh my goodness. Um, so Facebook has got some new regulations. So this is going to be our home right now. We're not going to be doing Facebook Live. We're going to be on YouTube, and you can also listen live on our webpage. And we'll put that information back up a little bit later. So Friday Night Live is a positive platform where we strive to inform, innovate, and inspire. So we have some awesome guests lined up for you tonight. I have the phenomenal Chan Hall in the house. And then later on, I also have Minister Cameron Barnes, who is the host of a really cool show that we're going to talk about. So let me tell you about our encouragement corner today. There may be many times in my life when I will need an extra measure of comfort and reassurance of God's love in order to cope with the unexpected. In these times, as in all times, God's strength enfolds and protects me in much the same way as a cocoon protects the caterpillar as it transforms into a butterfly. I am enfolded by the presence of pure love, and no person or situation can diminish that love. When the time is right, when I feel strong enough, once again in mind and spirit, I will emerge as a renewed creation of divine potential. Both my comfort and my strength come from God, the one source of divine love, peace that creates my reality. So let me tell you about my artist this week. Oh my goodness, I am just so excited. Chan Hall is a Richmond, Virginia based national recording smooth jazz artist who has been nominated in the first round ballots for a Grammy in three categories, which include Best New Age, Best Instrumental Album, Best Contemporary Instrumental for his work Enchantment. Chan has three albums entitled Dreaming After Dark, Musical Addiction, and Enchantment. Some of his influences include George Duke, Joe Sample, Jeff LeBar, Alex Bugnan, and many others. Please welcome to Friday Night Live, the phenomenal Chan Hall.
Hey, what's happening? What's going on?
Hey there, Chan. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Miss Cat. How are
Oh,
you?
I'm doing great. I am just so excited to have you here on the show. And so I'm going to let you go ahead and do your first selection.
Okay. For
What you going to
selection,
do first?
I um I made a little track here, so kind of help out with the situation. But I'm going to do a different rendition of "Lovely Day," Bill Withers' "Lovely Day."
Oh, I love that song. Okay.
All right. So
All right. It's all yours.
okay, dope. Hope everybody can hear that pretty good. All right.
Yeah, that was nice, Chan. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was nice. I love the sound of the keyboard and the piano. I actually tried to learn how to play it back in the day, and then I kind of lost it. I'm trying to get back into it again.
Hey,
I
get
love the
do
sound of
that.
that.
Do that. You got to get back
Hmm.
into that.
Yes, Chan, I'm just thank you so much for hanging out with me on Friday Night Live. I'm just so excited to have you here and meet you. This is just
Yeah.
really, really awesome to finally put a face to all the emails and stuff.
Right. I know, right? So much social media and emails and stuff. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So, who or what inspired you to start playing the piano or keyboard?
I tell you, it started with a trip to Washington D.C. I went to a summer program, and we took a trip to the Kennedy Center, and in the Kennedy Center we were checking out a kind of a stage play, kind of similar to Guess Who, but it was like
Mhm.
Guess Who was the killer or whatever. On
Mhm.
our intermission, some of us after lunch, I remember being on the roof, and watching the airplanes at Reagan National come in, and then I went out to the
Oh
lobby
wow.
area, and there was a jazz trio. I was like, yo, and they was in there just jamming. I mean, it was, it's a lot of people down there just intertwining and stuff. But those guys was like in the zone, and that was just like, yo, these guys are rocking. They just look so fun.
Mhm.
So I took that image and kept that image. And when basketball, my first dream didn't work out, and I ended up moving to Richmond. I was like, you know what? We got a nice little jazz scene. Maybe I should get involved and work on my second dream. That was my second dream. So
Mhm.
that's kind of what inspired me. It's kind of put the spark in me to really get really interested in jazz.
Do you play by ear or do you read sheet music or do you do both?
I primarily do ear, but I do read some sheet music. So I do a little bit. I put it to you, I do a little bit of both. So
So
I
wow,
read
that
and
means it's a gift. Not everybody can
yeah.
like listen to something and be able to play it, like on their instrument. Yeah, that's a gift more than a talent. That's awesome. Oh my
Yeah,
God. So how would you describe the music that you typically create?
the music that I particularly create is more laid back, smooth. I mean, that's it meshes with my personality. My personality is laid back and smooth, so you hear that come out at my instrument a whole lot. So when I think of my stuff, when it comes out and I want people to hear it, I'm thinking of people that like, they're laid back, they're
Hmm.
smooth, they're probably in your wine or cigar shops type thing,
Hmm.
trying to mellow out. And then I'm gearing towards people who like to just sit and think. It's good thinking music. If you kind of like brainstorming, you got that in the background, elevator,
Hmm.
you focus for the day. And also
Hmm.
for the car ride, when you're stuck in
Yeah.
traffic, when you're taking a road trip and you're having date night and you got your your soft music, your little quiet storm hour or whatnot, and you
Hmm.
drive around the
Hmm.
city, kind of sets the mood. So it kind of it opens up to different vivid imaginations. I think to help people out to be inspired.
I know you. We can find your music just about anywhere, but I saw a post on your page, and you're on iHeartRadio as well.
I'm on iHeartRadio.
Congratulations!
Thank you, thank you.
Wow, that's a really great accomplishment. Okay, so what is your creative process when you're getting ready to start producing or trying to figure out your next song?
A couple things actually. It could be a particular event that I went through, whatever. It could be a
Like
bad
a life,
event.
like something in life?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, something in life. And what happens is my brain creates like a cinematic view of what it should sound like when I'm going through that.
Wow.
So if like my boss is like giving me the business, something musically in my head is generated every time I'm getting the business. And after that, what's playing in my head is like the scene that it would go to, kind of like a movie, you know. So I'm pairing
So it's
up
like an interpretation. The music is like an interpretation of, oh my goodness.
yeah,
Wow.
you could say that.
That's
And
deep.
another way is listening to other people, and something maybe in the music melodically may catch me and may spark me and inspire me to create something from that melodic phrase that they might have done. Um,
Wow.
that's another way in particular. And then sometimes I just kind of just like, yeah, I just want to just do something. And I'm just playing around for fun, and it
Hmm.
evolves into something good, and that kind of thing. So
Wow. I've
yeah.
never heard it quite described like that. That was really deep. Okay. So who would you most like to collaborate with
Oh man, let's see.
that you haven't with already?
I would like to collab with a couple singers and instrumentalists. I'm gonna start with the singers.
Okay.
I would like to work with and collab with Lettucey,
Yeah.
Jill Scott,
Oh, yeah.
and Mesa from Incognito.
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with Mesa or not, but Mesa's a phenomenal.
A little bit.
Yeah. And then on the instrumental side, I would like to collab with Najee.
Oh, yeah. Najee.
Um,
That's a legend right there.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I
Hmm.
would like to collab with him. I would like to collab with Adam Hawley. That would be a good. He's a guitar player that's
Oh,
real
okay.
big
Okay. Okay.
in the smooth jazz world. And I named one more. I would like to collab with. Um, I would say. Everett Hart. He's another saxophonist that I like.
I've heard of
He
that
used to
name
play.
before.
Yeah, he used to gig a lot with George Duke and stuff. And he
Okay.
was
That's why it sounds familiar to me.
in Jeff Lorber. They had a band, funk band that they put
Okay.
together, and it was Lorber, him, and originally it was Chuck Loeb, but Chuck Loeb passed away,
Hmm.
and they got in another guitarist to play. But it's like funk, soul, jazz, or something like that. But it's I like his sound. His tone is very good.
Yeah. I know. I knew most of the people that you mentioned. Yeah. I think that would be a really good collaboration with some of those people for real. Most definitely.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
So, if you could open a show with anybody or any artist, who would that be?
Open the show. I would like to open the show with before like Bonnie James, Brian Culberson, or you
I know
know,
Monty.
or
Hmm.
either like Bob Baldwin or somebody. I would like to
Hmm.
open up for somebody like that.
Okay. How do you feel the internet has impacted the music business, especially like with this COVID-19? Everything seems like it's just.
Whew.
I don't think we'll ever get back to the normal. You know what we thought was our reality. I think this has put a monkey wrench in the game a little bit.
They just put a big monkey wrench in the game. I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna say we're gonna get back to normal, but just probably sometime next year. I'm
Yeah,
just being optimistic because I wanted to
we're
see it get
hoping.
back
Yeah,
to where it was. I'm sure there'll be some new normals that's in place that that we're going to be precautious about. But as far as the entertainment industry, I pray that we get back to
get
where.
back on
But
track.
um, given the fact that you did bring that up, the internet has impacted the industry in a positive way and in a negative
Hmm.
way.
Hmm.
I'll start with the positive. So the internet has allowed us to be able to push out music more worldwide through the internet. It makes
Hmm.
everybody connected,
Hmm.
and that for that aspect of it, it's a real big plus because it's a lot of exposure, and given the fact that it's so much exposure, it's literally next to nothing to market yourself, to get
Mhm.
yourself out there.
Mhm.
All people have to do is just like turn on a screen
And there
and
you are. Yeah.
boom, right. So it's a crazy amount of exposure to getting yourself out to be known. Whereas back in the day, without internet, whew, you had to spend so much money to be digital marketing and
Yeah.
traditional marketing like billboards that would cost you wazoo money and dollars out your budget,
Yeah.
hoping that you will recoup. Which brings me back to the negative side. The negative is that now that we're all on the internet and all these streaming platforms, the proceeds are not there. So you get kind of
Yeah.
bankrupt, because
It's almost
everybody
like free
now,
entertainment in most instances. I get it. Yeah.
yeah, nobody's spending money for those CDs and stuff anymore when you can just stream it. It's kind of hard to recoup that. You let the cat out the bag, it's no putting the cat back in now. So
Yeah.
those new normals won't go away. So the question is, how do we innovate what has happened?
Yeah.
And then once we have innovated, how do we cultivate what has happened? So we
Yeah.
want
That's
to
good.
change what's happening, but then we want to get better at what's happening so that we
Mhm.
can recoup those situations that we're missing out on now. But it is allowing us to be creative in other ways other than
Mhm.
musically, but it's opening everybody up to figuring out on business wise, how do we get things done, or marketing, how do we bring people in. So it's generating the creative juices and everybody to figure out, okay, this thing is, nobody has a blueprint for this. So it's not
Right.
like, hey, this is how it's always been done. No,
Right.
not anymore. It's that whole tradition cycle has been broken. So
Yeah.
now that's where the innovation has to come in and play. Like, how do we get innovative? And I've seen a lot of cool things that's happening out there. But once again, on the money side, it's gonna take us a while to really figure out ways to be innovative to get that back. To get what we deserve, what we've put out, so we can get back. Because a lot of times you put out a lot of
Mhm.
revenue for what you're building, as far as your album or your particular project.
Yeah. That was really good. Yeah. There's some legitimate challenges that we're gonna have to try to figure out. But and like you said, there's no blueprint. This has never like happened before. So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. Okay.
Where
What is your favorite song to perform? What is your favorite song?
my favorite song to perform is actually one of my own. I like this tune called Imagination Station. It's one of my favorites that I've liked. And usually in most shows or gigs or when I play out, I usually throw that tune in there. It's a cool little hip tune. I won't
Mhm.
be playing it today, but it's a I won't be playing it today, but it's a cool tune. But if you want, I mean, you can check it out on my YouTube. If you just go to Spiderfinger 31, or either just search Google search Chan Hall Jazz, it'll pop up.
Let me put that up here.
Google.
Matter of fact, yeah, let me put it up there. I had it up while you were playing, so that's your
Oh yeah,
website. I got that up there too.
yeah. You'll see all that stuff that I've done. And I've done different renditions of that song, and I
Mm-hmm.
like to twist it up. I know my guys, my musicians get mad at me because it's like, dude, you gonna keep on changing the song? I gotta keep learning the song. Just let it be the same. I was like, I like changing it up because it gives a different feel.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep doing the same way. I want to see what else I can do to it. It was this thing back in the day where my one of my old piano mentors, we used to see who could do the song the different ways and stuff. We just try to create different ways of figuring stuff
Mm-hmm.
out. So it's one of those things. I just want to top what I've done.
Wow, those creative juices. Oh my goodness. So, which famous musicians do you admire and why?
I admire people like Joe Sample. He really paved the way for pianists.
Mm-hmm.
Um, George Duke. I actually got to meet George Duke in person. I admired him before he passed, and he really inspired me. Told me some really cool things when he was out in. I saw him out in Oakland,
Hmm.
and the stuff that he's done, the different genres and who he's played behind, and the different depths of genres that he's just got involved with, and he was fluent in all of those genres. So he
Yeah.
really had a deep impact on me as far as playing. I
Hmm.
just love it. I love his playing. Big fan of it.
Okay. Um, if you had one message to give your fans, what would it be?
Um, that I love each and one of that I love every each and one of them, and that they've I really appreciate that the support that they've given me throughout this whole journey, believing in me, pushing me, driving me. Um, this is part of why I'm here today. Is because of the fans, to be able
Hmm.
to give something for them to listen to, something that gets them through their days, and just the simple, it's like them showing up is appreciation for the
Yeah.
work, you know.
Yeah. Do you? Oh, what advice can you give an aspiring young pianist or keyboardist that's trying to learn how to play that instrument?
That's the first time I really been asked that question. When I used to think of myself, I think of myself as humble and a student. And I remember asking everybody else that question.
Now it's your turn.
Right. so, so if I had to give the advice or inspiration to the next person
Yeah.
coming up, the young lions, I would tell them no matter how hard and challenging it gets, just continue to push, stay humble, maintain your composure, um, and keep on creating. No matter what people say, there's going to be a lot of critics and people to shoot you down and
Yeah.
disagree, but weed all that out and still express yourself freely in the art form. I think that's probably most important.
Yeah. That's good. Okay. So, do you have any new projects or events coming up? You got any virtual concerts or anything you want to share with us, or um, any new music singles coming out?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna start with an event. We have my management group is having a big jazzy concert. It's called it's the Jazzy Christmas Under the Stars concert in
Hmm.
Virginia Beach. So
Oh
if
wow, that sounds
anybody's
like
in
it'll be
that
nice.
area, in the Virginia Beach area, Richmond area, close by areas, I would say this is a must come to event. Under my management, T Senior Management, she has a lot of top tier artists as well. That's national recording artists as
Hmm.
well. That's also going to be on that event. So it's going to be a lot of different artists. So you're not just gonna get one person. It's going to be a Christmas concert, jazz all together. It's going to be at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, which is I think 2044 Lansdowne Century Way, Virginia Beach. And what that is a big football arena. And
Wow.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a big stage for all the artists. I think one of those big screens where you can see the
Hmm.
artists on the field. If you're further back, that allows us to be in a social distancing. So social distancing of more than 6 feet. You're gonna have masks. You're gonna have the temperature checks. The whole 9 yards. That way, people can feel comfortable about coming out and safe and being safe at the same time. So I would
Yeah.
say definitely come out to this event. It happens on November 28th, the
Okay.
Saturday after Thanksgiving. So definitely come through if you're in the area. You can find the tickets on my website. If you go to that website that you see on the screen,
Okay.
chainhalljazz.com, you go to shows. The shows will pull up. It'll be that show because all my other shows are canceled. So you
Okay.
go to that show, and when you click on it, it'll take you straight to the page of tseniormanagement.com where the tickets can be purchased.
Okay. That
Um,
sounds like that's going to be a sensational show.
yeah, it's going to be a stellar show. They got some dancing, comedy, the whole 9 yards. It's the whole shebang. So I definitely would get those tickets. I think they're selling out fast because of the artist that's on the
Yeah.
particular on the roster on that show. And then at the end, all the artists get together for collab song where all the artists kind of do their thing together collectively. So
Okay.
Um, that's one thing. New projects. I have my fourth album, which is going to be titled "Something to Prove." 2021. I haven't got the month yet because I'm trying to get the things geared for my CD release concert as
Mhm.
well, which I'm planning that. That's why I'm being optimistic. I'm planning that in the summer of 2021.
21.
My
Okay.
heart says, my intuition says that by spring, this thing should be tapering out of here. They'll have the vaccine or whatever. They'll have the therapeutics to get people by, and we have learned enough about the particular plague or whatever, and we can move
Mhm.
forward and just and moving forward. So I figured maybe something else outdoor at that particular time, and same thing, distance. Make sure people are safe. Summertime, people come out, they're ready to get dressed up, and I'm thinking about pushing the release probably closer prior to that.
Okay.
Um, but I have a
Congratulations on
single.
that, by the way. And you're
Thank
gonna
you,
have to come
thank you.
back when it comes out and play it on a and you got to come back when it's done. I'm gonna be looking for you.
Yes, I would love to be back. And also, I have a single I'm about to release, which is my second single.
Okay.
My second single will be titled "In Pursuit." That should be released on October 12th, which is right around the corner.
Like this
So
month?
this month,
Oh.
yeah. So it should be on a major radio campaign. So it should be around the country, as my first single did
Mhm.
3 months ago. So.
Okay. My daughter's telling me to sit back. I'm all look. Okay. So, finally, do you have any shout outs or special people that you want to say thank you during that's been there for you, like through your musical journey, encouraging you and just, people that's just stuck by you while you,
Okay. I don't know if I can list everybody. So if
okay.
anybody's watching,
Well, that's safe. You
I'll
don't miss nobody's name.
right. I'm gonna name the people I can think of, but if I miss you, don't charge it to me. I'm sorry.
Tries to the
If you
head.
if you supported me, then look, I appreciate you. Just know that if you know that you've supported me, you supported me, or you pushed me, or whatever. I like to shout
Okay.
out my mother. She's really challenged me in a lot of different ways. Believe it or not, my mother is probably one of
Yeah.
my biggest critics.
All right.
She's my biggest critic, so that helps me to be like, I need to change this and tweak this, because she'll be like, nah, no, no. So if it don't
Mm-hmm.
pass her approval, then it's like, okay, I gotta really work hard at this thing. So my mother, um, I like my church family that's pushed me. Um, my mentoring group. They've been helping me push and encouraging me. A lot of my fans. Shout out to my friends, my childhood friends,
Mm-hmm.
for believing in me. Um, and shout out to my management group, TC.
Okay.
Just trying to think of everybody. Like I
I
said,
know I
I
can
forget
tell.
everybody. Um, Family and friends, majority of those, and um, trying to think who else, man. Special shout out to like I said, a lot of the fans and stuff too. You know,
Well, you
so
covered quite a few people, and then you said everybody,
yeah,
so everybody is
yeah.
included. So you're good.
Everybody's included. I'm on camera, so everything's like nerve
Mm-hmm.
wracking, a little nervous. So your thoughts like,
I know.
know,
I know. Yeah, that's okay.
it's scrambling. So yeah, I mean, just shout out
Well,
to everybody who's ever supported me and stuck it out with me and saw the vision, saw the dream, and
okay.
those people know who they are.
Yes.
They played a role, then they know who they are. So
All right. Well, that's all of my questions, Chan.
cool.
So you want to do one more song for us before you get on out of here?
Sure.
What you gonna do next?
I've composed another track. I'm actually going to do my first single that I had on the radio this year. Um,
Okay.
the single is titled "Love Like This."
Okay.
featuring a famous saxophonist named Marcus Anderson.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. All right.
That was beautiful, Chan. Thank you. Thank
No
you so
problem.
much. Hey, I know that there are other things you could be doing on a Friday night. besides hanging out with little old me. And I really appreciate you taking time out to come and encouraging my viewers and sharing your music. Best wishes on your future endeavors. And you have got to come back when you get ready next year. You come back and hang out with us again and show us your new projects.
Yes, absolutely. Anytime, Kat. I appreciate it. I appreciate you so much for having me on your show.
You're
Please
welcome.
reach out to me. I will be willing to come back.
All right. Thank you so much, Chan. Take care.
You too.
All right. Bye bye. Did you all enjoy that? That was the national recording smooth jazz artist, the sensational Chan Hall. Yes, that was awesome. Well, I have Minister Cameron Barnes standing by. Hold on, Cameron. I know he's ready. He's about to come out the gate. He's got some good stuff to talk to us about. We're gonna play our game right quick. We're doing our family feud, our our Friday night feud. All right, so show them the question. Show them the question here. That's it. Name something people eat on a diet. Is there anybody on a diet? I need to be on a diet. I wonder what Cameron is eating. Is Cameron? You think Cameron's on a diet too? I need to be on a. I wonder if he eats some diet food. A lot of people might on diet. I'm gonna ask him when he comes on what he eats. All right, so let's see. Are they putting anything? Is anybody on the diet trying to get rid of this 30 pounds of COVID-19? No, nobody's on diet. So what do you eat when you're on the diet? Whatever you. Chicken, fish. Whatever you're cutting out, I guess. You're cutting out. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to be curious to see what the answers are. We got a gift at the end of the show. So whoever gets the first answer right. Oh, Cheryl says step back. Whoever gets the first answer back, we got something real special for you. All right. I'm going to tell you guys about my good friend Cameron Barnes. I have known him for quite a while now, and I am so proud of him. Yes, I am so proud. Oh, okay. There it is. Karen, I see you dancing back there. I see you. Okay. Well, let me tell you about Karen Burns. Cameron is a rising leader in Chicago with a passionate fuel for activism and a goal to unify humanity. He is a class 2020 graduate of Central State University, and he has earned his bachelor's degree in marketing. During his time at Central State, Cameron held several different leadership positions. He was the sophomore class president 2017-2018 and Mr. College of Business 2019-2020. Cameron also attended high school at Chicago International Charter School in Argyll Gardens, and he graduated valedictorian of class 2016. His social justice aspirations came as a result of becoming a member of Operation Push in 2015 under the leadership of civil rights icon, the Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr. Jesse Jackson Sr., who quickly became his mentor and role model. The opportunity to travel across the city of Chicago and the country with Reverend Jackson, experiencing firsthand activism, is what he cites as his primary inspiration to get in this fight. Cameron is also an associate minister at New Faith Missionary Baptist Church of Chicago under the leadership of his spiritual father, Reverend Dr. Howard Randolph. Please welcome back to Friday Night Live, the host of Mission to Unify Humanity, the distinguished minister, Cameron Barnes. Hey!
It's always so good to be with you.
I know. I get so excited when I see you. Oh my goodness. How are you, Cameron?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing outstanding now that I see you. Yes, you have been busy. I have been lurking on your page and seeing all
It's
of
a
the
lot.
amazing, strong work that you have been doing in the city of Chicago and beyond. I'm so really proud of you. I really
Thanks
am.
so much.
So when
Thank
I
you.
found out that you had your own show, I was like, Cameron, Cameron, you have got to come tell me about this
I
show.
got to
So
come back.
yes, yes. So tell
Mhm.
us about your new show, Mission to Unify Humanity.
So my new show, I host it every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. And actually, the show is called Our Forum. But our mission,
Okay.
of course, is to unify humanity. So
Okay.
that is correct. Our mission, or my mission, is to unify humanity. So really, what happened was I had a lot of opinions, and I would talk about politics all the time. I would debate a lot of people on my social media, and so I figured that really I needed to be a voice for my Gen Zers and the millennials who were not talking about politics and things, and who may not listen to Reverend Jackson like I would, or some of our elders. I wanted to be able to effectively convey what was going on in America, convey what's going on in Black culture to all of my peers
Yeah.
who may not watch MSNBC and CNN like I do. And
Mm-hmm.
so uh, our forum was just kind of born in the midst of this pandemic, while everyone was going virtual anyway. And I said, I think, every Sunday night at 8 p.m., I should be able to talk about, everything that happened in politics that week. Election is coming up. Census was just wrapped up a little bit ago. And so it was just my way of reaching out and getting this information to my peers.
Let me show them your
Oh, my little
boom. There it
flyer.
is.
Every Sunday at 8 p.m. Yep. Our mission is to unify humanity. And so my brother Brandon, and I'm sure you remember him from New Faith.
Yes, I
My
do.
brother
He went to
Brandon,
SIUE. He graduated.
he went to SIUE and
I'm so
graduated
proud of
from
him
down
too.
there.
Yes.
My brother Brandon made that flyer for me.
Wow.
Um, and that's what we're doing. Every Sunday night, 8 p.m., I am live talking about politics, talking about controversial topics,
Hmm.
um, some things that people may not want to talk about that I just have a
But we need to
burning.
talk about. Yeah.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
have to talk about.
So I know there's a march. You were kind of sharing with me there's a march or something. Uh, is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about what it's about? What's going on?
So tomorrow, and I don't have exactly all of the details, but tomorrow we will be welcoming the family of Breonna Taylor and the family of Jacob Blake to Chicago, and we will be hosting them at the Rainbow Push Coalition for a short time. We will have a press conference at 11 a.m. But then there's going to be a march in Evanston, Illinois. Now, Jacob Blake, who we know was shot 7 times in the back in Kenosha, Wisconsin, some time ago, he's originally from Evanston, Illinois. And so we're going to go to where he is from, the neighborhood where he is from, and we will be marching with his family, with Breonna Taylor's family, other activists and faith leaders from the Chicagoland area, and of course myself and my mentor, Reverend Jesse Jackson. We will all be there marching for the cause, of course, um, as unrest continues from the Breonna Taylor ruling, and as we anticipate what will continue to go on in Jacob Blake's case as he recovers from his injuries.
So that's happening tomorrow.
So, yes, that's going to be tomorrow on Saturday at about 12 noon. I'm not sure exactly when. Around about 12 noon, 1 o'clock, we'll be in Evanston, Illinois doing that. But
Okay.
11 a.m., we'll be having our press conference at the Rainbow Push Coalition.
Okay. So I think that's some strong work that's going on with that. I think that's really
Oh, yeah.
awesome. Um, this is the season of voting. Early voting has
Mhm.
started in many of the counties. And why do you think we should be voting?
Um, Kat, and I can talk the rest of the time on just this question. On just that question, goodness. Why should we be voting? Well, I tell you, there is, first of all, in 2020, we know that this is some of the most craziest times we've ever seen. Some things in our control, some things out of our control. But every category really has a reason to be voting at this point.
Yeah.
So, high school seniors are graduating. Those who have graduated class of 2020 in high school are eligible now to vote. Those who are 17 now, but will be 18 by November 3rd, are eligible to vote. And so they should be voting for tuition to be lowered in colleges. They should be voting for scholarships, for Pell Grants to be increased so that they can be able to go to the school, not just the school that they can get into, but the school of their choice. You know, a lot of people, a lot of students have to settle for different schools because they can't
Hmm.
afford it. So we should be voting for increased grants and increased scholarships. Then my bracket, those of us who are coming out of college and into their careers should be voting for tuition or for loan reduction rather for your financial aid so that we're not burdened like many of us have been for so many years. We're not burdened for the rest of our lives with so much debt before we even get started in our career, our lives. We already owe hundreds of thousands of dollars, so we
Hmm.
should be voting to lower that. Then the elderly should be voting for health care, Medicaid,
Right.
and to lower prescription drug prices and things like that. Um, and then just the American people really should be voting honestly because, and I don't want to make this political, whomever supports whomever they want to,
Right.
of course, but at the end of the day, we have some wicked leadership, and I'm not just talking about Donald Trump. To be
Hmm.
perfectly honest, we have some other wicked leadership in very high places, and we should be focused. Well, I'll tell you how Reverend Jackson tells it to me and
Okay.
my peers. The election process and the political process is a ground up type of thing. And so by that, we mean it starts at the bottom and goes all the way up to the president. Many people are talking about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, but really, we have local elections, state elections that need to be adhered to as well. We've got to build from, so we need to start locally. We're talking
Right.
about the president, but we need to be voting for state senators, for aldermen. We need to be voting for those who are controlling the House and the Senate. It's a lot more than just one man in the Oval Office. So everything that's going on in 2020, we need to be voting about it. Racism is on the ballot. Bigotry is on the ballot this year. Healthcare is on the ballot. And we've got over 200,000 Americans that are dead. I don't want to blame Donald Trump or anyone particular. I'm just going to blame coronavirus, period.
Yeah.
And we need to be voting to make sure that we have the proper care that we need, that essential workers that are on the front lines, that they are most of them are underworked or overworked and underpaid.
Hmm.
We need to be voting for all of those things. All of these people who are making the decisions on our behalf must have the interests of the people, and so we need to be voting to make sure that that is indeed who is in office. Those who have the interests of the people.
I saw something on your page and I thought it was really awesome that you all had a caravan. You all, I can't remember where
Yeah.
you had met, and you can talk about that a little bit, but you all went to the voting, I think a specific voting place with a lot of
hmm
people. And that was
hmm
recent. And I thought
hmm
that was really, 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 really awesome.
Oh yeah. Yesterday,
Was it
again at the
yesterday?
Rainbow. It was it yesterday? Yes. Yesterday was the
I
first.
know
I
it
had to
recent.
check. I had to check see what the date was. But yes. Um, and I'm so busy that a lot of times I don't remember what I did. If it was yesterday or 2 days ago or
I am
whatever.
too. I don't know the day of the week. Yeah, I
You
am
know what
too.
I'm saying?
Like for real,
I
yeah.
forgot. But yesterday we took a caravan of 22 cars and two buses. We lined up at the Rainbow Push Coalition headquarters, which is located at
Did
930
you
East
say
50th
22
Street.
cars and buses?
Tw- 22 vehicle individually driven cars plus two school buses, and we gathered at the Rainbow Push Coalition headquarters in Hyde Park, Chicago. We took that caravan to a 191 North Clark Street, which was the voting super center. Yesterday is when voting started, early voting started in Chicago, in Cook County.
Okay.
And so that started before voting and elections went to all of the different polling places. It was only offered, it's only offered for a short period of time, I think up until October the 14th, at a
Mm-hmm.
specific location at that voting super center that's close to City Hall in downtown Chicago. So we went down there and we took, like I said, I don't even know exactly how many people it was because many cars were filled, their front seats, back seats, the buses, over 100 people, easily over one or 200 people
Wow.
we took and we went down to the polls, myself and our field director and our chief of staff, all of our staff of Rainbow Push Coalition, Reverend Jesse Jackson himself. We went down there and we voted on the very first day that voting opened up in Chicago because we recognize that there is no time to waste. And with this pandemic, early voting is going to be the savior of this election. We
Yeah.
cannot wait. There's going to be tricky things that happen all the time, as usual. I personally just don't trust mail-in ballots and things like that because I think it's too easy to be lost and manipulated. Now it's a little bit harder for somebody to hack a computer, in my
Yeah.
in my opinion. So we went down there and we voted because there's no time to waste. That was the day it opened. We were there. We voted. We had a press conference down there. Different faith leaders in the community, different organizers, civil leaders, and Reverend Jackson. He greeted all of the people. There was a line down the street. He went down and
Wow.
elbowed everybody to let them know that we should be voting. And so I think that we're going to continue doing that in the future. I don't have all the details, but in the future, now until November the 3rd, we will have a few more caravans that will take other people to vote, those who are incapacitated and cannot make
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
But voting matters, and we got to vote.
I
And
agree.
plus, I'm a Q. I'm on Omega Psi, and one of our mandated programs is voter registration, mobilization, and education. So the bros was down there. We was voting. We had
Strong.
to vote.
Wow. I Cameron, I'm really proud of you. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
You were actually doing major stuff before you went away to school, and then it just keeps getting better and bigger. You're doing bigger, bigger, bigger things, and
Well, thank God.
I'm gonna sit back and see what's gonna happen. I'm just happy to know you. That's all. Just don't forget about me
I'm
when you.
glad to know you. I'm glad I get to be on the show.
Oh yeah, anytime,
See, my
anytime.
show, my show ain't got like this yet. You understand?
It's coming. It's
I
coming.
don't.
It's coming.
Eventually,
Yeah.
eventually. But I'm so grateful. Thank you for knowing me, for being a part of my story. You're a part of my story.
Yes.
I don't forget you as a member of New Faith Missionary Baptist Church in
Yeah.
Chicago growing up.
I miss you
Yep.
all so much. Oh
So
my goodness.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, we miss you. We miss you. I told Pastor and Sister Randolph, of course, the last time I was on your show, and so they wanted me to certainly send their love. Of course, Pastor
Oh.
and First Lady Randolph, they of course remember you. No one forgotten you. No. So yes, you got a
Oh,
place in
thank
Chicago.
you. Yeah,
Hmm.
thank you. Home is always home, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Yes,
is.
yes. So, Cameron, we're living in some uncertain times where the only certain thing is Jesus. And, you have people that are, I'm sure they have some mixed feelings, emotions, depressions, fear, and
Mm.
maybe, I know you're a good source of encouragement. Can you take some time and give some final words of encouragement to my viewers?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, the last sermon that I preached a couple of weeks ago, the second Sunday in September, I preached, and I preached out of the 17th chapter of Exodus, around about the 20th verse, and that's that story where Moses was holding up the rod of God on the mountaintop while the children of Israel, who had just come out of bondage in Egypt
Mm-hmm.
for 400 years, were down in the valley fighting against Amalek. And so, as long as he held up his hands, and it's a very familiar story, as long as he held up his hands, the children of Israel won that battle. And when his hands came down, the children of Israel would begin to lose. And in that scripture, in that particular passage, I pulled out a couple of things that we will win and we will know who's leading who. The title of that sermon was Who's Leading Who, because there's a couple
Mm,
of things we need to know. The first thing we need to do as Christian believers, we must know our assignment. In that passage of scripture, Moses gave Joshua an assignment, and that was to go and get some men, go down in the valley and fight this battle. We've got to know our assignment, that we are assigned to fight a battle. It's not going to be easy. Amalek and his people were much more barbaric than the children of Israel. These were illiterate slaves.
mhm.
So it was not an easy battle for them to fight against people who knew war, but they had an assignment. He said, go and get some men and fight in the valley. And then on top of that, we've got to know our assignment, that we have a fight to fight. We got to put on the whole armor of God and get in this fight. Then the other thing
All
is
the
you got to
time.
know your position. You got to know your position. Aaron and Hur were on the mountaintop with Moses, and when Moses's arms got tired and they began to come down, and the people of God began to lose, Aaron and Hur got up under Moses and held his arms up for him. And we've got to know
Mm,
that those who are our leaders, who are holding up the rod of God. I'm talking about only the leaders that's holding up the rod of God. We got some leaders that ain't holding up the rod. We've got to know the
mhm.
leaders that are holding up the rod of God. Understand our position is to get up under them and to hold them up, because our leaders will get tired sometimes. Reverend Jackson gets tired sometimes. He's just been doing this for a long time. It's my position to get up under him and hold him up
The
to make
honor, yeah.
sure that the people of God, because when we hold up the leader, not only does the leader win, but the people of God win. So it's really a cause and effect type of thing. If we are in our position holding up our leader, then we and our families, our churches, the people of God will remember to win. And the last thing is we've got to know our help. At the end of that battle, when the children of Israel won, God went to Moses and told him to write this down as a memorial, that I will utterly deliver you out of the hand of Amalek. We've got to then understand that our help comes from God. It is not us that deliver ourselves. Uh, God says, write it down when I deliver you, so that you remember that it was me that delivered you. And you've got to recognize your help. God is never going to continue leading us if we begin to forget him. That's why he said, write it down. Moses, you need to remember this. We've got to, at the same time, remember our help. Know where our help comes from. We've got to continue looking to the hills from which cometh our help, because we got to understand that all of our help comes from
From
the
the
Lord.
Lord.
So I
Mhm.
think in 2020, we need to know our assignment, knowing how to fight, knowing to get on this battlefield and fight this battle, know our position to hold up our leaders who are holding up the rod of God, because when they win, we win. And then we've got to know our help. And if we know our assignment, our position, and our help, then just like the children of Israel, it don't matter if coronavirus, which is much stronger than us, like was Amalek, even though it's much stronger than us, we'll still be able to overtake it and still be able to win because of our assignment, our position, and knowing our help. And so you all can go and read the 17th chapter of Exodus to get a better understanding of that. But that's what I had pulled out of that last time I preached that sermon. And I think it's so prevalent in 2020 that, the church kind of forgotten its position and forgotten its assignment, in my opinion. And we don't acknowledge God like we used to. We don't acknowledge
Yeah.
where our help comes from like we used to. And so if we want to win, if we really want to win, when Joshua knew his assignment, went down there and fought, when Aaron and Hur knew their position and held up that leader, and when Moses recognized where his help came from, all of those things came together to help all of those illiterate slaves who didn't know anything about war. It helped them to defeat a barbaric people who were already
Mhm.
taught to fight in battle, to be in war. And even with that competitive advantage over them, they were still able to win, only because they knew their assignment, their position, and their help.
In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you so much, Cameron. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Kat.
you for the
Kat, I'm
encouragement.
glad. I'm glad. I'm glad to be
All
here. I'm
right. So
glad
when
to
you gonna come hang
encourage
out with me
all
again?
of us. Whenever you call, whenever you call. Whenever
Okay.
you say I got a slot open, I'm gonna be right here on this couch in front of this nice picture of my grandparents.
I see them. They just had the anniversary, didn't they? I think they just had an anniversary not too long ago.
They did. These
Mm-hmm.
two people have been married for
Mm-hmm.
64 years.
Wow. Wow, that's like
64 of
something
them.
right there.
That
Woo!
is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, Cameron,
But so,
I know you could be doing other
mhm.
things on Friday night, but I just really appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. And I want to spend blessings and best wishes on your new show and your
Thank you.
future endeavors.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, we'll be, I'm sure with the climate of what's going on right now, you'll be back soon. I mean, they're just things we have to
Yes,
talk about. Yeah.
absolutely. There's things we have to talk about. And post election, I really had made that show to go up to the election, but now, even after the election, there's so
Even
much to
after.
unpack in the Black
Yeah,
community.
I agree.
Hmm.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, you take care, Cameron.
Thank you so much. And again, anytime you
Thank
call
you.
me, I'm gonna answer and be back on the show.
Okay. All right. Say bye to Cameron. My daughter's like, bye, Cameron.
Bye.
All right.
Bye. What's
Take
your
care.
daughter's name?
Cheryl. Cheryl.
Cheryl. Goodbye.
She's over in the shadows over there working the knobs and stuff. She don't get on too much. Yeah.
Helping her mama.
Yes. 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 She is. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, you
Well,
take
I'm
care.
glad. Thank you so much. You
Okay, and we'll
too.
be in touch.
Absolutely. Okay. Bye bye.
All right. All right. Bye bye.
See you.
All right, that was the distinguished minister Cameron Barnes, my good friend Cameron Barnes. It's always a joy when he comes to hang out with us on Friday Night Live. He always has some encouraging, great words to give us a little push to keep on going, and that is what we need. Yes. All right, Cheryl. So, oh, you know what? Do you guys remember Brian Pugh? He was in his RV. He was the artist that was on like I think 2 weeks ago. And he was the pianist in his RV. He was traveling the country and he makes masks. Bam. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. And my daughter has one too. Yes.
I'm wearing it right now.
Oh, and then last week we had Lisa Boykin with Rachel Elijah Creative Productions. Bam.
Ooh,
See what it says?
you.
I am a mad scientist. I am a
You are
biologist. Oops.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm so see. See. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's see what the answers are for our Friday Night Live feud.
let's see.
Yep. All right. So the first, I'll say, so name something people eat on a diet: sugar-free foods, salad, vegetables, fruit, skinless chicken, fish. I like salmon.
Now,
Shakes and smoothies, yogurt, rice cakes, and protein bars. Did anybody put get the first one, sugar-free foods? If not, go to number 2, which is salad. And Cheryl is tallying up. I need to give you the mic.
how many prizes we got?
We can do 2 prizes. You want to do 2 prizes? We can do 2 today. Let's do 2. We'll do 2 prizes.
Tina in the cradle.
Let me see what I got here. Let's look in our prize box. Matter of fact, in the background, you're listening to Barry D. That's Barry D. Y'all remember Barry D? Yes. Let me see. Okay, Cheryl, I'm going down to the prize box. Okay. Put me on there. Let's see. So we got 2 winners. Turn the music down just a touch. We have 2 winners. Okay, so here's one of the prizes. I didn't want to take it out, but you got to see it. Oh, sorry. This is, remember when Donna Coleman came? This is a Michelle Obama. It's like a mini purse, and it has, let's see. Yeah, all kinds of stuff in there, and it has a, uh-oh. It has a little one to put on your wrist. What is that called? And then it has the actual. You gotta cut it, and then let me see. And then it has some place to put your. I think you put your phone in there. And what else? And then on the back, it's got stuff you can do. So this is pretty cool. So this would be one of the gifts. We've given away 2 gifts. All right, let me go down there into the prize box. I'll be right back. Let's see. Bam. Y'all remember Kevin Moore? I have a CD. This is from his newest CD, The Prayer Closet Volume 2. And if you look above my head, right? Wait, over there. Wait. There he is right there on the wall. Wait. Thank you. There he is right there. So the other, whoever is number 2. So it's, who is it? Tina and Cradles?
Tina Wilson and the Cradles.
So Tina Wilson won first. So she's going to get the Michelle Obama. And then the Cradles are getting the CD from saxophonist Kevin Moore, The Prayer Closet Volume 2. Yes. How exciting.
Congratulations.
Yes. Yeah, I know Tina, so I can get this to her. And I know them Cradles too. That's Team Cradle. Yes. Okay. So let's give some accolades to our guests today. So we want to thank the phenomenal Chan Hall, national recording artist Chan Hall. Did you enjoy him? That was really nice, wasn't it? You know, I love that piano. And then we want to say thank you to my good friend, Minister Cameron Barnes. He has his new show. You guys make sure you all check that out. Let me put it back up here. You guys make sure you check him out on Friday Night Live. That's Sundays at 8 p.m. And he talks about all kinds of different issues. And then next week, oh my goodness, OMG. Guess who's coming next week? I'm kind of almost scared. I hope you don't talk about how I acted up in class, but my one of my professors when I was working on my biology degree, Dr. Cedric Rice, he is a professor at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, and he is an author of Step Dead, Showing Up and Showing Out. And I got a copy. Yes. So he has a publishing company where they help with manuscripts and stuff. So we're going to be talking about all of that. That's going to be next week. And I don't know who my guest is going to be. I guess we're just going to have to wait as far as like the artist. I don't know. The one that was scheduled, they had to do it later. So we're going to figure it out. We'll probably have somebody. So it's going to be probably a good surprise. But make sure you're here next week. Dr. Cedric Rice. So again, Facebook has new rules and regulations when it comes to playing music, as far as artists and live shows. And so I just have to be very careful because now they're shutting down pages and things if you do not comply. So a lot of artists, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of artists are moving over to YouTube and other platforms. And we may do another platform. I'm actually looking into Periscope and maybe Instagram. There are a couple of other ones that we could do. So we could do YouTube and another one, but I will keep you posted. Thank you all that did come over to hang out with me on my YouTube station. And you can also, let me remind you, you can also go to our website. You can watch live on our website as well. We usually copy the link on the website. So if you want to go to the website and watch, that is also an option. All right. So Cheryl, give out your shout outs and then we're going to be out of here. Shout outs, Cheryl. Shout outs.
My shout out?
Oh, you want your, she wants her. Yeah, there. She wants that. She wants her shout out.
Okay, let's say, we're going to say hello, hello, hello. First off, we have Walter Williams. Sorry, Walter Williams. We have Walter Williams. Welcome to the show.
She got tongue tied. Sorry, Walter. Welcome to the show. Can you guys hear her? Do you want to get on camera today?
I'm okay, Mama.
Okay, she don't want to get on the camera.
I'm okay. Hey, guys. I'm okay. Hi, Gigi. Good to see you guys. Hey, Cheryl Taylor is another Cheryl in the show. Hi. There you go. We also have Yolanda. Look, Yolanda, good to see you. Glad you came out. Hey, AV. Glad you stuck around. Hey, Tina Wilson. Glad you made it as well. The Cradles, congratulations. Oh, and Tina Wilson, congratulations as well. Let's see here. Hey, Lady Jackson. Glad you made it out. Yeah, Mount Joy came on out. And hey, Karen Edmonds. Good to see you too.
Did she get her jam?
Karen, did you get your jam?
Okay. You guys have a safe week. If early voting has started in your county, make sure you get out there and vote. I plan to vote early too. It's already started in our county, Cheryl. So we're going to get out there and vote. Let your voice be heard. Exercise your right to vote. Don't do that. Karen ain't got her jam. No. Did you take the jam? No. It's coming, Karen. I know it is. It's coming. All right. Well, you have a blessed week, and I will see you right here on YouTube next Friday night. All right. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.